Good afternoon, family. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and today we got a good one, another good one for y'all today. So, Hasbro, shout out to y'all. You did it. 2 combiners, 1 year. Devastator is completed. Not me, I didn't buy him. But Superion is completed. So, what I wanted to do today was just take a look at where we've come and where we're going. And, again, taking a look at the exoskeleton suit as opposed to having the body of the robot be formed by the vehicles. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people, I'm not the only one, I know. A lot of people are like, well, Devastator takes the cake because he didn't use extra pieces. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. It was just disguised better. To my knowledge, Long Haul still has a trailer that he is carrying a waist on, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am a fan of all of them. I love combiners. I don't care how you do them, power core combiners, old school combiners, siege combiners, whatever. Combiner Wars, some of the greatest toys I ever collected. But with that being said, let's just look at one that was a pain for everybody that caused Hasbro to learn their lesson on how to distribute all of these guys. Menosaur, if I put his leg back in, with the elusive breakdown that no one could find. And some people are still looking for him. Some people are still looking for this guy. But yeah, the way that this was done, when I first saw it, I was in love. I was awestruck because, one, Menosaur is my favorite combiner. It's nothing like a bunch of little sporty race cars doing stunts. Love the Stunticons. I grew up in the era of the General Lee and Knight Rider and Street Hawk. Go Google that if you don't know what that is. That was a motorcycle show. It was like a smart motorcycle back in the 80s. But yeah, watching Street Hawk and Knight Rider and the General Lee, I loved cars that did flips and jumped over things. So when this came out, it was a no-brainer. Now here's the problem. This extra piece right here, this tab on mine, trying to transform it for the first time because transforming Motormaster can be a pain to go from truck mode to torso mode to his, to robot mode. It's a lot of steps with Motormaster, but it's worth it. But for the most part, my Menosaur stays as Menosaur. But, it took us, I think I got Drag Strip first and then Motormaster, and then the rest all kind of trickled in. But I was lucky enough my buddy, and went out of town, found breakdowns and told me, hey, bro, send me the money, I'll send them to you. And that's how I was able to find them. Because other than that, I still would not, well, unless I went and paid something crazy on eBay, I probably still wouldn't have had them. Well, I would have, but you know what I'm saying? It was a lot easier to put together this in 1 year than it was to try to put that together in the course of 1.5 or 2. And okay, I get the exoskeleton. I do. Everything feels so good and solid. He's heavy. There's no and you have these. You have these on the back of the foot to help, keep him standing. You ain't gotta worry about him falling, nothing at all. Very solid. Very, very solid. So I understand having the exosuit. Now, his extra piece, let me sit you down over here. His extra piece that goes with Silverbolt was a little excessive. But in my headcanon, in my mind, that's just a Cybertronian Concorde jet when you add the backpack on to make it into the USS Enterprise Silverbolt. That's how I look at it. Same with Menosaur, the whole turret mode, you'll never see that. Never see that. Now with Devastator, now again, I don't have him, but I do have my Legend Scale Devastator, whom I love. I got this guy like 6-7 years ago. He's perfect with core class and everybody else. And my big Devastator, you can see, is right there. And that's the reason why, because all these were for stop motions. Everything in here at first was for stop motions and for my own personal collections, but this worked on camera for stop motions, and that one works also. But with this guy, there is no extra pieces, none whatsoever. Even the hands and the wrists all fold up under the vehicles, and you can't even see them. You can't see them at all. Who does have, no one has an extra piece. The only person that has an extra piece is Long Haul, and that is this crotch cover. And that actually folds up underneath of him to become like a back bumper on the truck. Other than that, no issues whatsoever. But I'm just gonna use this as a placeholder. I understand what y'all mean. Like it is fun to have a combiner. Oh, his little leg. That's 7 years of good work right there. This guy is simple. There's one screw right there that'll fix everything. Or you can just say it out loud and he'll fix himself. So you just sit him over here. And that's not a bad toy at all whatsoever. I think I paid $25 for all of them. But I get it. You know, you have all the robot modes. They go right into, where they should, the legs and those so forth should be where they are. The arms, there's no extra bits. But then when you look at Superion, or you look at, the new Devastator, or you look at, now a lot of people are like, well, it's just a bunch of cars slapped onto a frame. Yeah, it is. It is. But for aesthetics, it's easy on the eyes. It looks great. There's so much light coming in here from somewhere. I can just see, it's like God shining in on me going, keep doing your videos. But yeah, I don't mind the exoskeleton at all. It's way more stable. You can hold your toys up with one hand and not worry about them falling while you record a video. You can shake them around. You know what I mean? Do that with Combiner Wars. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And hold on, let's pull out one of those guys just for reference. But instead of a regular Combiner Wars, I'm gonna pull out my oversized, still yet to be played with, Abominus. Now this is an oversized version. I was like, I don't think you could mix and match these. Come to find out, this oversized version, I can't remember who told me in the comments, but somebody in the comments was like, yo, you realize that even though he's oversized, the ports are still the same size. And I was like, nah, that's crazy. Yeah, they are. These ports are the exact same size as the original Combiner Wars. But with Combiner Wars, you got these stupid little feet hands that, can I let go? No. Yeah, see, you can't do it. And as awesome as these toys are, as awesome as, they tried. I'll put it that way. They tried. If I hold him like this, he's stable. I mean, he stands, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that holding it in your hand with the exoskeleton, it's not going anywhere. This is going to go everywhere, especially on the floor, into pieces, and fall and crack and things of that nature. And there's there's a tilt on the feet, but that's because of maybe not because I painted that one. But yeah, they still stand. Combiner Wars was great for what they were doing. Y'all didn't want an exoskeleton? Here you go. We'll have a little square plug that'll plug in and slide into somebody else. And then you have this. Not bad at all. But just in case, in point, and in closing, I can't wait to see Bruticus. I can't wait to see the Protectobots and whom else they may choose to do after them. We don't know, but time will tell. The Age of the Prime still got another couple years to go. Last thing I wanted to talk about, not necessarily talk about, but just mention, because I said it in yesterday's short and a couple people were like, wait, what? Yeah, a couple months ago, Hasbro said, no more movies. Paramount said, we ain't doing it. We not spending no money on nothing. And then Michael Bay popped up and said, guess what? I got money. And I got 5 scripts, and we gonna do something with them. And now, all the movie places that's Paramount and everybody like, you got money? So you'll front the front end, we'll take care of the back end? Let's see what happens. Because Tyrese apparently said he was on the phone with Michael Bay the other day. What other movie is Michael Bay going to do with Tyrese? You know what I mean? And it's rumors going around that Tyrese could be Roadblock from G.I. Joe, and we just never knew that that's who he grew up to be from the first one. Josh Duhamel might be Duke or Flint. Just saying. Just saying. Cade's daughter might be the Baroness. I made that up. But the case in point is that we're going to see another Transformers movie. Definitely. And I know I was one of the people that said we're not going to see anymore because that's what they said. And then a bunch of other YouTubers and other places and media and real news places were like, yeah, they're not doing movies. Now we find out they're doing the movies. So that's all I want to say about that. So, hey, it wasn't like clickbait or false advertising. I'm not a reporter. I'm just saying they said they weren't going to do movies anymore. Now they said they are. People are allowed to change their minds. 3 weeks ago, I hated Star Convoy. And then today, we'll say that for another video. It's your buddy, 14th Prime.